I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting. I'm just spitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting.
Welcome back.
All the way, baby.
All the way fucking back. As you can see, I am sitting in the fucking middle.
Middle?
I don't know why I'm sitting in the middle. He wanted to switch it up today.
You got the voice, man.
The special guest that we have today. We're going to get to him in a minute.
Multiple
But
ways.
to start this thing off, I'm Brandon.
I'm Wallace.
We missing Byron. We're the Dropping Dimes podcast.
We got to fill in, but I'll let you know a little bit.
Yeah, we got that. We got him. Just let the nigga sit over there and smile right now.
Look, that Mike still can zoom it in on him and edit it.
Right. Yeah, I got your spots.
Yeah, that's usually me. But yeah, man, we back with another one. Is this the last one? Or we don't know yet?
We're going to act like it's the last one. We might have a surprise one after that.
All right, cool. Could be the last one, may take a little break, but we'll let you know.
Yeah.
Here tonight, go to www.droppingdimes.com.
Dropping Dimes
with a Y. Get you a t-shirt. Some t-shirts you was asking about, they on that, man. But yeah, I think we still got some of these.
Yep.
Got some of the new ones.
I got another one on there too. I'll clue you in on that one.
The tie-dye shit, that man don't want that shit.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay.
I'm talking about
you
the
don't
one
be wearing tie-dye shit.
He might, man.
He
on
just
the
said
island.
no. I know the man though. Yeah.
I wear a tight.
Yeah. On the booty shorts.
Homosexual ass pants.
As long as the ladies like it, I'm cool, man.
You sure?
That's what they tell me.
Is that what you want to say?
I said it
already.
How many
ladies tell you that?
I said the intro?
We here.
Oh, we live right now.
This is happening.
This is it right now.
Hold up, man.
So speaking, let's hold on, brother.
Hold on, you done?
Hey, no, I'm not
Are you
done. So what the ladies be saying about your pants?
Yeah, tell us.
They say they like what they think is underneath of, man.
Oh,
Don't edit that. That's a clip. I'm gonna go clip this one myself.
Put a caption
TikTok.
on that too.
I will. I ain't scared of shit, bro.
Wow.
Well, you should be, brother.
Hey.
This man is living life on the edge.
When you do the editing, you can say whatever you want.
Right. All right, cool. Bet.
That was dangerous. But yeah, go to www.droppingdimes.com. Dimes with a Y. Pick up some merchandise, please. Hoodies, t-shirts, everything. We need the money. You know me. This is my segment where I beg.
Hey, yeah.
All right,
you used to be scared of begging, man.
I did, but I've been
Time
watching
must be
other
real.
podcasts. I've been watching other podcasts, and we need the money.
Yeah.
We still trying to get a camera. Ain't got a camera yet. We shooting on the iPhone 5.
That's why you can't call me when I'm on the show.
Yeah, man. So But yeah, man. Exciting night, man. We got a guest. We love a guest. Another one of Wallace's partners. I told him earlier he got some great ass friends. And shout out to my friends, man. Not that y'all ain't great, but I don't know how this should have worked if y'all was up here.
Let's try it out.
Nah, we are next season. We'll come in hot.
Coming soon.
But yeah,
follow us on YouTube.
Don't do that.
Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TikTok. I ain't gonna call it TikTok. You like my man Byron. Instagram. We're all there. Any content that you want. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell. Tell a friend to tell a friend about your friend so we can
all be friends.
Exactly.
You made me say that
exactly.
Shit. I usually leave that
He
part.
hate that shit.
These niggas up, boy. I tell you.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and take the live.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Today we have another special guest. From my past. And this, I can't even say young man, because that's when we met each other when we were young, man.
Bro, we got age.
Yeah. This man, honestly, has been, in my view, a man since the moment I met him. He was the first person driving a car to school at 14 years old. He had all the ladies. That's his past. My man was charismatic.
Maybe.
He said maybe.
I ain't say maybe.
You did too much. I couldn't hold it in. Go ahead, man.
My man has been charismatic, but since the moment I met him. But beyond that, he's always had the mindset of progress, in my opinion. He was the first person from my class that I saw start his own business. He was the first person that I saw elevate his own business, transition to another business using skills that his family taught him, and has taken those to another level. He's a father. This man trained me at some point. Like his impact on the people around him has always been creating an environment, a safe environment for us to party. As simple as that. But it's so that his people, the people around him, can connect, can grow, to enjoy themselves, enjoy the spirit of who he is. I mean, this brother has been a light, literally a light. Walk in the room, the lights come on, ain't no clap on, ain't no switch. That's been Justin Champ. To me, my entire life. I've known you since I was 14 years old, and it's always impactful to see what you're doing. The moment I get a chance to see you, it's fulfilling. So I appreciate you making some time out of your busy schedule, because you talking about you're going to be out of town on Tuesday and back on Thursday. I'm like, that's crazy, but you made time for us in your schedule. Got something to do tonight, but still made time. So we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
I appreciate it.
If there's anything that I missed, I like the guests to have an opportunity to introduce themselves.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Nah, man, same old, man. I appreciate you for inviting us, or you guys invite me here, man. And my Wallace is my boy, man. So if he say you need something, whatever, we ride like that. So we don't talk every day and all that, but you know, anytime you call, if I see your number, I'm picking up. That's just how we flow.
No old friends talk every day.
Yeah, for real. It's kind of weird.
We don't even talk every day, and we do this shit.
Yeah. Still breathing, bro.
So yeah, I mean, I appreciate y'all coming on, having me on, and I mean, shit, let's get this thing rolling. I like the content. I've been a supporter of yours and a supporter of Dropping Dimes for one, and shit from high school. Like, I always been your number one of your fans, man. For real, one of your number one fans, man. Like, rooting for you, like, because you had a whole different dog perspective.
Yeah,
and I think that's why you are where you are now. I mean, like, you had like an underdog perspective, and relentless like a motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
And so that's I mean, shoot, that's that light you talking about. That's you, man. That's you.
Well, I appreciate that, and we can go look. We can go back and forth because look, you know, I told y'all, and I'm not bullshitting. I was a person who was behind the scenes,
quiet,
unseen.
They do know you was a kicker, right?
He got a book.
Some of them.
I know he got a
book. Purchase the book.
Yeah, go get the book. Go get the book.
Oh, yeah,
don't forget. Yeah, but
underrated. The route they call the NFL journey.
No, it's all right.
I'm like, I've been on this show.
Hey, man, you here tonight?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, like when I had trouble seeing myself, somebody like you, and I'm not trying to like boast you up or nothing like that, but it is what it is. You were a guy that everybody recognized, everybody respected, everybody knew. But for you to see me, I mean, I remember you were struggling trying to make that breakthrough on our senior year varsity, and then you got that opportunity, you got to shine, but you still saw me in that. So that was impactful for somebody who didn't have as much confidence as he probably could have.
Not everybody was in your corner.
Exactly. Yeah. A lot. Yeah, it wasn't many.
Yeah, and you had a lot of people hating on you, man. I do remember that.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna call no coach's name. I mean, we ain't gonna call no names.
Shit. Hey, I'm all for it. I wrote it. I probably didn't put it in the book.
I got a new segment at the end of the show too that I stole from somebody.
Okay.
Stole.
All right. So I don't even know about it.
Yeah, for sure.
But my first question, honestly, bro, and we kind of talked about it because I always have wanted to know, like, when I met you, you were Justin, but at some point you became Champ.
Right.
Where does Champ come from?
I mean, it actually started my sophomore year in college.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, I had my boys from Miami. Shout out to 305 Hollywood. Dizzle. What up, boy? It started with them, man. You know Miami people. They got this twang, this like, and when they out there hype, we on the football field, like it's just different. So we used to run some camps called Camp 12, and it was just what we just named it. And we used to take all the young dudes, all the young niggas, man, and like 7-on-7, like drills, just on off season. We went to Savannah State, so there was a Tybee Allen was there.
Yeah,
we used to run on the beach with boots. We just was out there crazy, bro, just crazy. So we called it Camp 12. But anyway, so by the end of my sophomore year going into junior, man, everybody was just calling me Champ, man. I guess it was just like, the mindset. I don't know where it really came from. It was like, boy, Champ, boy, you killing it. And that was my best year, my highest rushing year. and it just stuck. And then I was like, man, you know what? Fuck it, man. It's a mindset. It ain't no like. They had to get it from a mindset because it's not no
Right,
name
yeah.
from kids.
Right.
You know, this is just what they
That's
saw.
what they saw. They felt.
So I just like, man, bumping. I'm gonna take this little slogan,
Yeah.
and I fling that off of the businesses that I created, and
Right.
it just started from there. And I was like, it's a mindset, man,
Yeah.
straight up. So that's kind of how that evolved. So
Say that. I say it is though, because a lot of times you get the nickname when you're a kid,
yeah,
but for men to recognize you and give you a name like that,
yeah,
it's like champ, king, like
Yeah,
stuff
it's
like
cool.
that is powerful
Yeah.
because these people like they understand the world.
yeah.
And
And
they
in my
seeing
heart
that.
to hearts, I always wanted a nickname.
Yeah.
I was like, Justin, come on, Justin. Like, damn.
What's his last name?
Babb. B-A-B-B.
Everybody
Justin
call
JB?
him. Everybody call him Babb.
Yeah, or they call me
Could have been
Babb. That was-
JB. Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
JB. But
Yeah.
it just, you know,
Champ
I was like,
is.
Justin, come
Yeah,
on. Man.
yeah.
So I was like, man, yeah, I got a nickname.
Yeah, yeah.
You had a
Yeah.
nickname growing up?
Nah.
Really?
Nah.
Oh, what's your nickname now? What you call that?
Oh, that ain't no nickname.
What
That's
is
just
that? That's a
just
philosophy of life.
lifestyle.
Same shit.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
He lives by a humble beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
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 I just wanted to be ace when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just ace.
Just take the wall off.
See, that's the shit I was talking about before the show, bro.
And then you just Wally
We
World.
ain't gonna never get
What
nowhere
is your
with that
nickname?
shit
Did they
like
call you
that.
Wally World?
Wally World. Yeah, I was.
Y'all call what do y'all call
No,
it?
I called a nigga Wallace.
I didn't inspire no
No,
grown men.
just-
I didn't
just
inspire no
Wallace.
grown men. Yeah.
Wallace.
I inspired the kids.
Yeah.
Nice. Shit,
Yeah,
Wallace. Just Wallace.
damn. That's just Wallace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wally
I
World.
want
Do
to
they
take
still?
the
Did they call you that in
wall
college?
In college, yeah.
All right, cool.
They call me Wally World. They call me Eye Catch. That was when iPhones first came out, and I was a receiver. I caught the ball.
This is interesting.
I catch. Okay.
Hey, I'm different, dog.
Yeah.
That's
Understood?
Yeah, I got you, brother.
All right, cool. So
This champ episode.
remember?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
So, all right, cool. You went to Savannah State,
Mm-hmm.
played football,
Yeah.
running back. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's step back a little bit further because you probably was the fastest person in our school for sure. Probably might have been one of the fastest people in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, that's a push, boy. That's a push, boy.
I don't know, dog.
That's a push, but
Tall, sweet, ain't nobody catching them around the corner. So,
I would have called the nigga.
yeah.
nah. I'm telling you, it was
I mean, we
different.
can line it up outside right now.
gotta-
Can the cameras go outside?
I got to pull a hamstring.
Me too, a little bit. That's my age, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was coaching my red track. Well, you know red track.
Yeah.
So I was coaching my nephews. They came from New York. One would go to Penn State and all that shit. They like
Oh, they can run.
15, 16. Like they're in that
Yeah,
age.
bro.
So I called my coaches up, Coach Wilson, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Coach Wilson. And I'm like, yo, I got my cousins here. Can we get them on the track? Can you work with them? Whatever it costs, whatever. So boom. Man, I go out to the first workout. I call myself running with them on the 200s. Boy.
He started with the 200.
Boy, that first one was good.
Yeah.
Second was good. That third one, you can't show you no weakness.
Yeah.
Man, I think I
No
pulled my
weakness.
hamstring, boy.
Yeah.
I think I pulled my hamstring. I walked it off cool, real cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I did. My shit just talked to me last week. I
boy.
said, oh, yeah, all right, cool. I'm out.
Yeah.
He went and
I'ma
sat
sit
out the
down
rest of
for
the
a
day.
minute. Yeah.
My cousin, y'all he asked me if I'm running. I'm like, no, I ain't running, man.
Hey, and body's different at 35, 36, man.
I think I just thought I just had it. I ain't warm up nothing. I just thought I was just gonna go out there and just be who I used to be. But that ain't.
He used to be was one of the fastest
But
people in
fastest in
the
the
state.
state.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So
we're going to rock with it.
you imagine you give that person the ball as much as possible so you can take the hell off in the game, in a football game. Well, we had Michael Harrison, we had Brandon Young, we had a staple of backs.
Mm-hmm.
But you would think he would get a decent share of the carries. And it was a point where he wasn't getting close to what he deserved.
Taking it back, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Michael Harrison goes down. Running back who started from a freshman through a senior.
So I got to ask, was you happy he went down? Or was you like,
That's a
dang?
great question. We passed it now.
Yeah,
To be honest.
I don't think it was happy. I think I was just ready, man.
Yeah.
I was just ready. You know, I was already getting taps anyway. So, you know, when that name called, that's just you ready. Like, so it wasn't. And then me and Mike, I think we had a good duo type of situation. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, at the end of the day, when you're a team player, man, it's about winning the game.
How did you
Per
stay
se.
in
That
this?
was a good answer, man.
It was.
I wasn't happy, but I was ready.
Yeah.
That was cool.
How did you stay mentally prepared for? Because of course you want to be able to get film so you can get an opportunity to go to
Yeah.
college and get a scholarship, save your family some money, save you some money.
Yeah.
How did you stay mentally prepared for when it was your opportunity when Mike went down?
How did I stay mentally ready? Honestly, man, I think for me it was just being out there, being able to like understand, like really put yourself in a position like, yo, when your name is called, you got it. You got to show. You got to show. Like that's the only. And then not only that, you had all these steeple players, man. And when it's time you show, you better show up. You're not about to come out here and be fumbling. So the pressure. So when you playing at even these D1 schools and these big time schools, that pressure of other players around you plays a huge factor in how hungry you are.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Or how much of a show you about to put on, because it is a show. So I think just being ready in that position of like, yo, Mike was my boy too. So like he pushed me like, yo, all right, he had moves, and I like, all right, what is my assets? What are my assets?
Yeah.
It did make me figure out like what do I have over this person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all of those things, when you really just put that in full perspective, I think that just creates like that mental like lock in. Like, yeah.
I think to add to that, for a young athlete or a young person, maintain that mentality before it's time for the moment.
Absolutely.
So in summer training, that's my mentality.
Yeah.
In practice, when I'm not getting the reps, what do I need to do to get myself prepared?
Yeah,
because you can't just, of course, everybody wants to be able to just turn the switch on when it's my turn.
Yeah.
But the preparation is what's going to actually have you prepared for the moment. And I feel like I personally got bogged down with the feeling of not being seen, not being accepted. But my father was able to help reinvigorate the feeling of, or prepare me mentally for every day you go out there is an opportunity for you to get ready for the moment that's coming.
Yeah.
You don't know when it's coming, so you got to prepare every day for it.
Yeah.
So that was something that helped me, because I was about to crash out.
Yeah.
Ready to crash out. Yeah. I had a meeting, I was fucking crying tears, pissed, but it was his consistency reminding me your time is coming, but you won't be ready for it if you don't get ready for it.
Absolutely. And that whole, like, you talking about message to young athletes, you got to know how to play the game too. The politic game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even to the extent of, like, I remember, like, it's so weird. I remember when I used to like study my coach. Which way does he turn when the player's over? Yeah. So I can be at his left hip or his right hip.
Yep.
Like, and I remember Coach B used to be like, oh, which rack? And
you know what's
Babb is you. So it's like you gotta like be coachable as hell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In all aspects, in philosophy and understanding like how people move. How does this game really work? You feel what I'm saying? Like if I go back and look at the philosophy of football, it's the angles of how speed angles, all those things are like, damn man, if I knew that, you know what I'm saying? So it's about, and there's no coach that can deny that being coachable is a better position. It's better. I'd rather have a player that's coachable than he's he's just athletic ability.
Yeah,
because he's gonna do what you asked him to do.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? So
politics. How did you take? I mean, you started business after business after business. How do you take that mentality into your business life? Because the way I see it is like, and in my day to day, my attention to how is this subcontractor responding? How is this superintendent? What does he think? What's his tendencies? How is my APM? What helps drive her? Like my mind is always thinking about these things, and it sounds like that's kind of the foundation of where your mind was coming from, and being in the right space for the right person at the right time.
Yeah.
How has it helped you in business?
As far are you talking about the being at the right place at the right time?
The awareness of the political game or the position game.
The game.
Yeah. Oh. You can play the game from the top. You can play the game from the bottom.
Yeah, true. You know, I was fortunate to like start my business and then had this drive to like want to take it to the highest level.
Yeah.
And I guess that football plays a huge factor into that whole drive, right? But I do know what I wanted to become. I know what I want to become, and which is huge for me. I want to be. That's a whole nother segment.
My next question was about to be, what do you want to become?
However, Yeah, because that could be a whole nother philosophy and a whole nother segment and episode, all that.
This your
Segment
episode,
2
bro.
right now.
This your episode.
Yeah.
If you don't want to share it, I understand.
I
But hey,
don't mind. I just don't, Anyway, needless to say,
I give positive energy to it. That's
yeah. I mean, business just took off. I just knew I just wanted to continue to take it to the next level, and then I just had, looking back, you really have to get to a space where you just enjoy the journey. And you wanting more, you still have to everything. If you want more stuff is going to happen. More things are going to happen to you. Just how they say, the more money, more problems. Same concept. Not so much more problems because I don't see it as problems, but there's more journeys you're going to have to, more valleys, more pits you're going to have to, gain.
Maneuver through.
And then enjoy that ride because, and believe, my mentor, Dr. Wise, there's power in positive thinking, man. In all aspects, and you have to be in a position where you like, all right, this is life happening to me. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna keep fighting. You're gonna keep whatever, and enjoy that journey because it's taking me, my business took me up to corporate, back down to like working by myself or for myself, and so I definitely enjoyed the ride of it.
You mind taking us on this business journey? Because like I said, you were the first person to step out on his own I saw.
He was explaining what you do, and I still asked, okay, what does the nigga do?
You know what? I don't even know what
Okay, all right, cool. So
I don't know.
So that's why the question of who you want to be is so important.
Yeah, help us out. So what's your business?
So
give us the journey because it's not what it was.
Yeah, it's not what it is, but it still exists.
But
so it started from coming out of college, wanting to pursue the whole NFL thing, the football thing. I think I saw you at one of the camps. I don't remember. But anyway,
one of the it started from CFL camps. We also went to an All-Star game together.
Yeah. Oh yeah, All-Star game. And it started from there, man. I knew I wanted to work out. But also, that struggle of trying to make it to the next level is expensive,
especially from
health,
a small
food,
school.
all that. You know what I mean? So I tried to find a way to fund myself, like to begin the process of like, all right, how am I pay for trainers? I started with John Lewis, and I know he had his price. Then we had another dude named Chaos, which took care of the gym workouts. All this is money, you know what I'm saying? So, and coming out of Savannah State, I don't really feel like I had the support I should have had, considering some of the hitters that came from Savannah State, and some of the moves that they could have made. So I just started funding myself, and I was like, all right, what's the best way to do this? I can start training people and then work myself out. So that the Champ Fitness and Performance began. What made that take off was, I don't know if you remember Living Social. It's like Groupon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where they used to do this. It used to be Living Social.
He wasn't here yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
They about 15 years behind.
Damn. I ain't that behind.
No, I'm just talking about Alabama.
Oh, 15. Oh, yeah. They are. Yeah. Wait, my folks are from Alabama, man.
Look at you, man. Shout out to your people.
Yeah,
keep going. Fuck you, Wallace.
Roll Tide. I had to make sure because some people be feeling some type of way about that.
Yeah,
his grandma was with
I don't really fuck with them, but
that's them. But anyway, yeah. So the Champ Fitness and Performance started. I signed up with Living Social, and they do like this crazy deal where they cut your prices in like half.
Right.
Like 40 people signed up for that joint. You know? And once we finished the deal, I think it was like 3 sessions for whatever. Like 30 clients stayed.
Yeah.
So that was the jump off of like having clients.
Right. Yeah.
And then I had to overcome the obstacle. My father we had a pretty nice property. And I'm like, all right, where am I gonna train these folks at, man? So we used to call it our playroom, which is when we was kids, we had this, it was really the laundry room, just a big laundry room. Okay. So I just start putting rubber flooring down. Somebody blessed me with some dumbbells. My cousin from Alabama gave me a whole set. And I was like, bet. So we was in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Champ Fitness was off and running. Then I had to overcome the obstacle. Like, people really gonna come to my house? Like, you know what I'm saying? So that was the whole thing. Did that. And I was like, all right, bet. And I realized, man, at this point, like, training people is cool, but it's not enough money. It's not enough money. You're doing these little deals, packages. I needed more money. So I said I wanted to train in-home people. Like, go to their spots.
Okay.
Started doing that.
That's more profitable because you had to travel.
So that was the thing. I had my clients at my crib, at my pop's crib, and then I had outside clients.
Yeah.
So I ended up hiring another trainer to kind of help me compensate the time.
Yeah.
So that was kind of hitting. That was booming, and then I was like, man, this ain't. I need more money.
Yeah.
It's not enough. So I was like, all right, what's the highest level I can go with this training thing? You know, people give you this advice, do videos. So I was like, all right, bet I just need better in-home clients.
Yeah.
So I started pushing my market to Buckhead. And then shoot, I ended up having like, I was at like 10 clients and they all was paying like $800 a month minimum.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It was crazy. So I
Yeah.
had the gym. I had the trainer kind of training those people, and it just kind of happened, bro. Like
Yeah,
it
I'm about
just,
to be a trainer.
you know what I'm saying? It just
You got to
happened.
go through the other part
Yeah,
too.
I'm gonna get the certification.
Yeah,
Life social.
you should. I mean, it's good for some time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then I was like, once I started getting those clients, I was like, it's cool, but it's not enough money, man.
How'd you get those clients first, real quick?
For the higher paying clients?
Yeah. You went to Buckhead, but what did you have to do to solicit?
That kind of took me to the corporate. I lied. I skipped the whole gap.
All right.
My mom works for a law firm, Morris, Manning & Martin.
Okay.
And I used to scope out their gym downstairs. I ended up pulling up on them one day. I said, man, fuck it, man. I'm about to just go up in this mug.
Yeah.
And I remember Matthew, white boy, comes in. I go down there and he was like, man, come in. You ready for an interview? Come in for an interview. Came in for an interview. He was like, all right, you hired. It's like, just like that. And keep. I ain't even have my. I didn't
have no certification yet.
No, I don't even think I had my certs at the time.
Yeah.
He was just taking a risk on a dude. Like I was like, cool.
I told you, he's been charismatic, man.
Hey, man.
Walk into a room
get him in the room.
turn the light on.
Man,
I was shitting bricks though. I was nervous because like this is my first time.
They didn't know
in front of these white folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, these white folks.
Yeah.
But I just knew I just need to get in. It's crazy how we see it, right?
Exactly.
That's what it is. It's just what it is, goddamn.
And so that thing hit, man. So I did the corporate space, and I was like, all right, I'm training. But you know, when you training in corporate space, they giving you
we don't
50%.
know. We don't know.
Oh, they giving you 50% on the session, but they charging the people crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you getting not even 50%. You getting like pennies.
Yeah.
So I end up like having that role, and I let him take my clients because it was just I couldn't handle the back and forth, and I let him take over. So I increased his percentages.
Yeah.
And then I held down the gym for some time. And I used to pack out these group sessions. These white folks used to hate me, bro, because they used to have these trainers that had these rooms that you can train people in. So they had these classes.
Yeah.
And I would have these classes bumping. And they've never seen it before. I'm talking about I would set their circuits up.
The music or just the workout?
Between music and type of workouts.
Yeah.
Man, I would have it already set up for them, circuit style, timed out, boom, 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 boom. And the other trainers used to be like,
this
because they never seen classes packed out like that. So that was fun, man. I had deal with some hating folks, man, and then I started getting clients from that. And then they referrals went to another referral. And then another referral, I went back to, they said they were looking for somebody on South Side. This is one of my best clients, Mr. William James, man, is my ace, bro. He took a risk on me. He started training me, and he's a big time heavy, like money hitter in Atlanta. So that's when I kind of took the mentality, like, you know what, I'm going to train all the like heavy hitters that don't nobody really know about. Yeah. So I started asking him who we know, bum.
Right.
I went ahead and trained Angie and Dutch from Apex. I don't know if y'all know them from Cascade. They were a good network. Fast forward, running that, I started taking over more of the corporate space, and I was like, man, I need to get higher. I need to get higher on the corporate space. So I wanted to like create wellness programs for corporate, because I ended up with one of the yoga instructors there, Kim. We got cool with her, white girl, cool, cute little girl, and we linked up. I had a couple little trainers under my belt. I was like, bet, we about to just go into a corporate space and run this whole shit myself. That was a good turn, but that shit was hard because they not letting you in, man. Yeah. They not letting you in. And
what did you run into?
Shit, a lot of no's.
Yeah.
Whole lot of no's, a whole lot of...
They gave you a reason for a no, or just like, nah, it's not for us right now?
I think I didn't. They didn't give me any real reasons. It was just like, no, we're not ready for this.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to kind of step into like doing the high risers too, bringing in yoga and bringing in my own joint.
Yeah.
They just was like, no, and I don't know. I can't say it was a black racial thing or whatever because it was some of our people too.
Right.
So, but I think if I'm looking back, it's too broad. Fitness was too broad. You know, you think about it. You're a property manager coming, and you got some young person coming in. I want to offer you wellness. You don't have no clue what you want for your people.
Right.
So I started really thinking about why they're not sticking. So I was just after hit after hit after hit. I end up getting a hit for a company, an investment company called eVestment.
Mm-hmm.
It was a corporate building, and they let me run with it. And I was like, yo, I got to get an app. I don't know if you
remember that. Yep.
Fitness Pro.
I downloaded the app.
Yeah. So I was like, how do I get an app? So I just researching, and I paid way too much for that app.
Yeah.
I paid like $600 a month just to run it.
Hey, you know, from outside, you like, my man got an app. We got to be making some money.
God damn, you got money.
App?
Man, because I was like, all right, how are we going to communicate with the entire company?
Yeah.
Bro, I was dating this girl at this time. We were stressing, bro. Stressing because we had to basically monetize this whole, how are we getting, because think about it, we're running a whole fitness company.
Mm-hmm.
Now we need to know every employee in this building. How do we know all, like they have to send us a manifest.
Yeah.
Then I'm dealing with the app company because they're like, they didn't know. They said, well, you have to enter these employees manually to the system.
Really?
I was like, yo. And then I went back and forth with them whole like weeks. And they ended up letting us send the whole entire manifest and upload it. That was a bitch.
You put them all in there?
No, well, so the girl I was dating at the time, we were up just typing them in.
That's why you got to find the right one, man.
First name, last name, email, phone number, over and over. And this company had like 500 and something employees.
Shit.
And we had to put them in and then hit submit
no
so it'll go,
paste.
so it'll log. And that's all. That's only for us to send an email saying welcome to the app.
Right.
So that was a bitch.
God damn.
And because now we had to get the corporate engagement.
Right.
Yeah, we running this fitness company, but
Yeah.
how do we get them engaged? How do we get them to download an app? Elderly people.
Right.
Yeah.
Like my company right now has Wellable, and I mean, you got messages coming probably 3 or 4 times a week just to get people to walk. So I imagine trying to get people to go to classes and learning.
I just came from training regular people.
Yeah.
So this is fresh to me. I'm like making this shit up as I go, telling the customer, oh, absolutely, all of our trainers are certified. Like just like fluffing the whole shit up.
Hell yeah.
And making it seem like, oh yeah, we have 2 other companies that we're working with.
Mm-hmm.
So backing them off, like we'll get back to your email.
And it's just y'all.
Just playing. Literally, it was me and my
company A and company B.
I'm looking at her, she look at me, man. We was running that thing at the time, man. And it was definitely a journey. And man, I got this story can go. I'm
actually loving it, bro.
Listen, I'm like, brother, you got me.
It feel like story time.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, this a lot. This has like
the beautiful part about it is because like me seeing you through the journey, I just see snapshots, I see pictures, I see logos, I see all these things, but like understanding the actual struggle, the actual process, the actual trials, tribulations, growth, all those things is what to me is somebody watching needs. Because somebody's gonna take on a journey that they don't know the next move. They just know I just got this idea and I feel passionate about it. Or I might just need some goddamn money. But I'm gonna have to grind. I'm gonna have to find the app, or I'm gonna have to learn maybe the app's not worth it. Like I gotta go through those processes to then become whatever I can be. So I'm like I said, I'm loving the story. It's something I've always wanted to know. So like whenever you feel like you want to stop, you can stop. But I'm not gonna stop.
Me, listen,
I'm
in my head.
I'm gonna ask a few questions, but I'm loving it
at night
because
doing the app.
Especially like, bro, honestly, is whenever you want to leave, but I'm down for because I know this is just the beginning. So after you got the corporate work, did it just fall off? You decided to pivot? Like what made you transition into I mean, you say you went back down. Like what does that mean?
So the corporate space was rough.
Yeah.
But it had some highs. That same investment company, they sent me a check. That was my first check, boy. boy.
Yeah.
$23,000.
Yeah.
I looked at
Signing
that,
bonus,
boy.
baby.
And you know when they see you a date when it's expected, I'm looking for that thing every day,
Hell
every
yeah.
goddamn bro.
Give me the tracking number.
But when
baby.
that thing came, I was like, oh shit, okay.
What we doing?
What do we do?
What do I do with this?
What do I do?
Look at that motherfucker
Yeah,
for a minute.
and this
You
is
know.
the biggest check. So
Yeah.
me and my girl at the time, we went celebrated and had us some drinks, and that was it. And I put that check in the bank, and I was like, all right, bet.
Yeah.
We on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's a
so
start.
kept trying to push forward. I was like, all right, so we need more contracts because the contracts will make sense so we can really like grow it. And then I can keep keep the yoga instructor. We can keep them busy.
Yeah.
So I can have them under me full time. I just want them to work just for me.
I'm about to say, because with all those bodies under you, $23,000 can go pretty quick.
Oh, for sure. $23 ain't. It was just good to look at.
Yeah,
That was
for sure.
Because think about it. By the time I was holding the app costs, $600 a month. No, I'm sorry, a lot. $300. That was $300 a month. $300 a month, holding that down. I am paying my trainers because based on the sessions, that's cool. But by the time I live Southside.
Yeah.
So I'm every day I'm
every day.
buckheaded it.
Yeah.
It used to be crazy, man. Like, and think about it. We talking about corporate people. They working out at 5:30 in the morning. I got to get up. And so anyway, so that led to a whole nother journey of why one of the reasons why I did pivot.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I got to get more contracts. And so I ended up going towards the high risers again, pitching note, I just kept digging that out. And I'm talking about like typing up my own. This is before chat, PTT, all that. Typing up my concepts, talking to my mom, like, does this sound right?
Yeah.
Does it sound corporate?
Yeah.
Does it sound over? She was sending it to me. She's editing, sending it back. My girl at the time, we editing. I'm talking about every flyer, every piece of word, every content, all colors, all logos. And remember, we had to make it look legit.
Right. Right.
So we couldn't just like
Just
pull up on some flyers.
Yeah,
you have to give them a website, make it look like you're running a corporate company.
Right.
Taking some of the companies that I just trained once or twice, a person in there. I'm taking the whole logo of the company and put it right there. Yeah. Like just flipping the fuck out.
You did.
I did. I was there.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So that kind of started like settling in, and I just like, yo, we need more contracts. And that was another hard hump because it's just these no's. And then I end up getting a hit from the Charles, the high riser of the Charles. I can't remember the guy's name. He took a chance on me, man. He took a chance on me. He let me come with my yoga instructor. He let me come in. He let me look around the gym. Because he wanted to rejuvenate, like, not only population in the high riser, but he just wanted to get people active, get people doing something.
Yeah. So
he took a risk on me. I brought my app, and this is when I was like, all right, our flyers were even cleaner. Like, we were kind of making money. That $23,000 really went back into the business.
Yeah.
And so we were running that. The Charles was doing good, but it was hard to get that kind of engagement. Had a few clients. Tried to keep my yoga instructor busy. And so having those contracts are cool, but it's only classes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever. So I'm just going checking in on the classes, or I'm running my own classes. That's it. It's not enough money. It's not sustainable.
Let me ask you this. Why wasn't each step, it feels like it's not enough money? Why wasn't it enough money? Was it just like the volume or the expenses that you had?
Or you just wanted more?
Or you just wanted to get to a certain status? Was it enough to live off of as a base question?
Well, a huge foundation to this whole thing is what's your philosophy day to day? What are you listening to? Mm-hmm. Like the things I was listening to was more about progression, constant progression. And I don't think I remember a day going by that I didn't listen to something motivational every single morning. Like I was feeding and eating that shit. Yeah. Like every morning, like every chick I would date, they just knew. Yeah. They just knew, like, he's getting up and he's listening to that over and over again. So that fueled a lot of like, all right, how do I craft this out? How do I get this? I want more. I want to create, and I want to live like that. Those listen to those makes you want to live like more. And then you really have to learn how to live. You feel what I'm saying?
No,
like
that's it right there. Yeah. You got to learn how to live because you'll just exist where you've been.
Absolutely. So that like what you hear every day is vastly important on like how you which way your ship goes.
Bro, one thing I was 18. We graduated. I was 17, and this dude that was in my neighborhood, I never really talked to. He came and gave this video, and it was called "The Secret." And bro, when I watched that video before I got an invite to a camp, like I was a kicker. I had 12 catches in high school.
Secret.
Like I'm not supposed to get a chance in college.
Yeah.
I started watching that. I started trying to operate under those principles. I watched that movie probably 6 times in the span of a month.
Yeah.
And I just started constantly feeding myself, feeding my mental, trying to be positive.
Yeah.
And then one day I got a letter in the mail saying you're invited to camp.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to be like you're not even supposed to know my name.
Yeah.
When that happened to me, my whole mental was like, I gotta feed this positive. I gotta feed this motivational. Like jumping on Inky early, jumping on Eric early. Like all these motivation speakers. My mindset is just like I need you to feed me because I see the value that it gives my life, even just my attitude and my day to day, and what that does to the magnetism of who I am. Like all those things. I was like, bro, you gotta feed yourself. Yeah, it's about what you digest.
For sure.
But yeah, go ahead.
No, that's crazy. I'm just, as you're talking, I'm just listening. I'm like, bro, this is really like, this is the first time I've told or I've said what I've done or what the story, how, the full story.
Yeah.
I've never really like.
I've always wanted to know, bro.
It's a lot of like pivots, man. It's a lot of pivots.
Exactly. Look, and we still early.
Yes.
We still early. Got the fucking Trinidad. Damn, I'm ready to get to the good shit. No, this is dope, man.
Yeah, so the Charles took a chance on me. I was running that, and then I kind of just diverted back to like training. So people were asking me, "Can I train them personally again?" Mm-hmm. And I was like, "I'm not training unless you pay me on some high dollar shit."
Yeah.
At least I didn't say that. That's just what I value myself.
I got
at.
You. No.
I just value myself at that point. Like, yo,
right.
That's what it is. $100 a session, $120 a session, whatever it may be. That was just a hit. That I settled there because I was making so much money. Between just everything was happening, and it was still a hustle. 5:30, 4 in the morning, 5:30, getting the clients. Yeah. Going from one client. And think about it. I'm going from Buckhead to Smyrna. That shit was a hustle, a hustle. So after a while, man, that hustle over and over and over again, I was getting like exhausted, man. Like I ain't have no mornings to really work myself out. I'm working between sessions, and like it kind of took a turn. Like, yo, I gotta kind of figure out how I'm gonna.
The trainer started getting fat.
Nah, I never that. I was just like, yo, how about
I'll run the session
in the car?
And that's another thing that had fuck so mad because I was training in Buckhead and I was the first dude. I'm in there taking my shoulder off, working my ass. It was like,
nigga working out with us,
sir. Man, that's free marketing, bro.
Putting your shirt on. I'm like, I'm the trainer here. Oh, I apologize.
Man,
so that was
he was just marketing, man.
Basically, but that was
what was your major in school?
Psychology. Behavior analysis and psychology.
Same shit, marketing.
For real? Yeah, for sure. Real shit.
Hey, for real.
Basically, marketing is philosophy.
Exactly. Psychology.
So, yeah, for sure. So anyway, that I was running that. I'll just kind of like do a couple of jumps. My dad kind of took sick a little bit about 3 years ago. And so with the whole, I was already exhausted with just like this hustle and bustle.
Right.
And, my dad, he did take sick. He was down for some time. And that was my first time seeing like my pops like out.
Yeah.
And in the hospital, like out. And for me, I was just exhausted at the time. I was like, yo, I need to like see about my pops, man, or just at least have my mornings. It was more have my mornings for my sanity.
Yeah.
Cause I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then the high dollar clients, just as you got a high dollar client, $1,000 client a month, they take off that month. They go in freaking Monaco for a month.
Changes your
That's
whole.
$1,000 gone.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I can't do it. It doesn't really,
Monaco for a month.
Yes. Man, I had a client take me with them to Paris with them, man. That shit was fun.
You said took you to Paris?
Yeah, I had clients they were taking me on their trips with them.
To work out?
Yeah.
I mean, to train them while you was there?
Yeah. It was.
They paid you and paid for you to go?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, they
Man,
paid for my flight to go.
Special, bro.
You
But
gonna
they had-
write this shit down so I can take it with me?
Yeah, man, it was.
I see when I get back.
I met so many people. Like, that's what really kind of like allowed me to pivot wherever I kind of wanted to go. Because even when I was doing those, all my fitness stuff, I was giving back. I was doing Champ Day events.
Yep.
I had like 3 annual Champ Day events. I had a sip and paint event, and all these events
Heard
were.
about them.
Yeah, you heard? I'm about to say, boy, that shit, it used to be crazy.
Yeah.
How you heard about that?
Not did it, right?
Saw that on Twitter.
Yeah, but I flipped it up because I was like, all right, we're gonna make this twofold. I need to make some more money. I like doing events and stuff like that. You remember the parties in high school, and so I did something called like a sip and chill, but I did all proceeds was going to my daughter had sickle cell.
Okay.
So I wanted the proceeds to go to my daughter for sickle cell, not
Right.
to my daughter, but for sickle cell. So that was my first jump off, and all my big paying clients supported. I was doing like around the pool area, I was doing like $800 sections like this with chairs, and they, we bring them about us, and they were sponsoring $800 of chairs. And remember, I had like 10 clients, so they were doing $800. I had $50 at the door per person. We packed the mugs out like that. That sip and chill was sick, man.
Yeah,
and I went all in though. I went all in, and the Champ Day was all about giving away book bags, and I just wanted to be like, yo, like all these people are supporting me. I wanted to just kind of give some shit back. Just got to. Yeah, just got to. Like it wasn't nobody needed to ask me to do it. I just needed to do it. Like so that kind of like put a foundation under us. Like we're just not a regular ass company. You know what I'm saying? And so all of those people like really supported me in any move that I made and anything that I did when it came to fitness. Then that goes back to I was just exhausted at the time. I had all these things running. I didn't run the Champ Day, and everything just kind of just started to like to die down. I was like, yo, I started getting smart about my body, what I wanted to do, who I wanted to become.
Still waiting on that.
Yeah, and I got you on that. And I just knew that I'm like, it doesn't make sense that if I'm down or a person is out, my money stops.
Yeah, right.
So I needed to think about how can I get it to be consistent. So that pivot kind of that was my mindset pivot. My dad kind of took sick. That was my first time really like having the conversations with my brothers. Like, yo, Dad is fucked up. Yeah. Like this is for real. Like we was thinking he was
out of there.
Like this is about because he was. It's so crazy. I came back in country, and they told me
from where?
From Trinidad. And they told me like he was in the hospital. Yeah. I'm like, what? Like and when I seen him in the hospital, he wasn't talking. He was just like on some like, never seen him like that. And my dad has taught us what we know about construction and all that. So we didn't get the construction came before Trinidad.
Man, every time that I go to the house, I mean, it's a bunch of high school kids, college kids. His dad in the midst of it, putting shit together, bringing the drinks out, like in the mix of it, dancing. Like
I don't even know how we was doing these parties and getting liquor and all. I have no clue. I don't even remember how.
I'm glad it's the statute of limitations.
In high school, we were having parties, bro. And then
Babb parties.
Man, I'm talking about. I used to think I was the shit, bro. I think I saw DMX had that shit.
He walked around like.
I went to the pet store, got me one of them the real dog chains. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was, bro. Excuse my language.
No, you can cuss.
Yeah. I don't know who the fuck I thought I was, bro. And
that's funny,
bro.
But parties used to be packed out, lit like hunch punch. And then we had this big ass warehouse in the back that my dad just
drink. You wouldn't drink.
I wouldn't drink, but I was there though.
You were there.
Yeah.
You didn't wear a suit, dude.
Was
he at that Sweet 16 party?
No. I told him my mom old school, so I went to a Sweet 16 party, and she made me with suit, tie, pants. Yeah, we ain't really do that.
Sweet 16.
To a Sweet 16.
How your mama do you like that?
That's what I said. He been fucked up ever since.
She wanted to be my own person.
Right. That actually reminds me. I ain't trying to bring him in, but Cam, his dad. I remember when in middle school. I went to school, Camp Creek Middle School. His dad, every time he used to get in trouble, he used to have to come to school with a full 3-piece suit.
So he probably had that on all the time.
Man, I'm talking about it used to be the funniest thing, man. But
That's probably why he dressed the way he do now.
No, that man dressed stupid as fuck.
Hey, that my dog.
Teachers
I
on.
feel
I'm about to
you,
say
hey,
teachers.
that ain't my dog, but that shit's stupid.
Yeah. But
Hey,
that
that's
You
great.
heard the pastor tell him nigga he had some nice legs.
oh yeah,
I
that's
did.
the episode. I'm like,
I did that.
what? Why would you say
Yeah.
He had to go along with it. He like, yeah, you know, I
The clergy-
moisturize.
no camera was like-
Listen, yeah.
Who the hell did we get on here?
that?
The clergy be like that sometimes, man.
Fuck.
Yeah, so
That's
But
great.
yeah.
But that's old school discipline, I guess. My
Yeah.
mom wasn't disciplined. I mean, she just was. This was supposed to be.
This work, yeah. This
Yeah.
one look
Make
nice.
sure I see them pictures. I want to see what suit that
I
is.
burnt them on purpose.
I bet you did. I bet you did.
Listen, I had
Hey.
the vision.
So all right, business, corporate clients, training. One day I just saw you pop up in another country on a journey of speaking Spanish. Where the hell was that?
Oh, Costa Rica.
How did you get to that point? Like, you should write a book too, cause shit, brother.
Yeah,
I can't really read that good.
you got to read the
can't
right.
even- He got a whole book.
They're
And it's
talking
nice.
That shit transcripts.
But yeah, so your business was booming.
yeah.
You was doing, you was working motherfuckers out.
Powerful
Yeah,
shit.
man.
Everything you was giving back to the community,
shit.
being
So
a
we
philanthropist, all that
Y'all
good
actually
shit.
just bridging a whole nother gap. This is before my pops even got sick.
This before your pops got sick.
Yeah, the Costa Rica.
I gotta know
God
about
damn
that
it,
shit, bro.
man.
So
Bro, it felt like he just said, you know what, fuck all of that shit over
So
there. I'm
that's
just
what
gonna
I'm
go
saying. So
learn
when
Spanish from the
stop
people that
the
speak it.
training?
So at that time, I stopped the corporate side of things.
Okay.
The Charles was too much. It wasn't. It was not enough
Yeah.
because we were just doing the classes.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep my yoga instructor busy. It just wasn't enough. So I backed out of that, and I walked away from that. And I was just training my one-on-one clients. And again, they were really great clients, man. They were very flexible. We went out of I went out of town with them. They paid me well.
Yeah.
It was just a really good. It was a high time for me. And
They ain't asking no extra services today.
You gonna bring that up, man? I told you before that I just went out. That's not true, man. Let me stop. Oh, no extra services. Why? This man, that's the head. That's the person you talking about?
Nah, that was
That
actually
was
more
him.
like me.
No,
He took my question.
no, that's what. Hey, no extra services.
No extra
No
services.
extra services.
Not even at the sipping paint.
No, not even at the sipping paint. That was a good event. But anyway, I was making some good
He
money
said
at the
that
time.
3 times.
Get back to it.
Yeah. The sipping paint was lit, man.
Yeah.
Sipping paint.
I know it.
Sipping paint. We
Five
should
of
bring the
Tom.
sipping paint back.
Hey, bro, I'm coming.
Wait, first of all, it ain't sipping paint. You got me. It's sipping chill, man.
Whatever.
Somebody
was
was
sipping.
but yeah. So I was making good money at the time, man, and I just knew I just need value. I was again what I was listening to
big
every
word.
day,
Yeah.
and my go-to is Jim Rohn.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
because I don't really for myself it's not even motivation. I don't really like motivational speakers. I mean, I like what they do,
Yeah.
but for me, like every day,
Yeah.
I want philosophy, growth philosophy.
Fuck you, Wallace. You know he a motivational speaker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I
I
'cause
quit.
that motivational shit be
I quit.
oh shit, damn, my dog.
You fucked up my
I
boy's
thought-
second
I
career,
quit.
man. God damn, champ.
But I'm talking about
I'm a philosophical speaker.
Okay.
not my dog, but
Yeah. The
But
other
the rest of them.
damn. Oh,
You
everybody
said it,
else.
nigga.
I said motivational videos, man.
No, you
I
said
said-
speakers.
All right, cool.
Nah,
cool,
go ahead,
cool.
bro.
But you gotta get up right now.
Yeah.
It's time for you
fuck
to
that,
do
ain't me.
it. I'm like, it's cool. That's like that's just not my thing.
You should add a clip in there of you talking to them kids. So, yeah.
Right? As a silent.
As soon as he say, I don't like motivational speakers.
We should just be quiet.
Yeah. Hey.
Put that in the clip.
Yeah.
Zoom in right on my face.
Quiet ass
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
Oh, damn! You made me forget my
My
thought.
bad, man.
You good?
Fucking asshole.
I couldn't let the fucking Great opportunity passing me by.
He said,
I hate motivational speakers.
Oh, shit,
Damn.
man.
All right. So
Yeah, get back on
what
straight.
was we?
yeah, I was making good money at the time, and so I knew it was about value. Like,
Okay, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how am I gonna increase what I knew that like in the market, people pay you for your value.
Right.
No matter how you cut and slice it. People are your friends because you bring a certain value to them.
Mhm.
Right.
That's just the way this thing works. And if you understand that, you know, once you understand that, if you increase your self value, you automatically begin the process of increasing everything around you.
Right.
At least that's a philosophy that
I believe
in.
that. I believe that.
And so I was like, all right, bet. I'm just gonna he's kind of female and you know, encouraged.
So I
I was dating this girl at the time. Well, we just broke up.
Different girl.
Yeah, it's a different girl from the corporate girl. Yeah. So really only had 3 girlfriends in my whole like situation. But we said we're not gonna talk about that.
All right, cool.
Brother, you
You teetering. You teetering. You said girlfriend. That was a key word right there. But anyway, I just broke up with my girl at the time, and we were talking about Spanish or just doing it. And she ends up sending me this Instagram post, Tico Lingo, where you can go study Spanish, go to school every day, live with a Spanish family.
Really?
Yeah, and I was just on some whims. I just called. I was like, let me call, man, see what it is. Because at the time, I was like, I want to increase my value. And I was like, if I go to another Spanish-speaking country and I don't learn Spanish, or I don't know what the hell they're saying, this shit is getting old. I went to Colombia twice right before that. And I was just like, yo, but, hey, bro, don't do it. Don't do it. I don't even know how you be moving, but don't do it. It's like his lip is quivering.
You already know. You know what he's trying to go.
Anyway, I was like, I'm not going to a Spanish-speaking country, and I don't know like how to
interact,
how to move.
Yeah.
I felt embarrassed. Like I was like, yo, what are they saying? What's going on? So anyway, I was
How
like,
much?
right. How much you say? You said 50 the last time.
2 of y'all.
Bro, that's a good deal.
See.
Hell no, bro. Or you gonna get you one?
No.
Man, hey, bro, we can have some stories after stories for real. Now that I'm looking back at this, John, yo, but
hey, whenever you get back in town, dog.
So you just called the number. It was just like
on the Instagram.
Fuck it. So you was just chilling.
Because at this point, I just broke up with my chick, and I was like, I ain't got shit going on. I got my clients allowed me flexibility.
Yeah.
I have money happening. I just that was a wash. So I was like, let me just do something new. Let me just do something. And
I just want to learn Spanish.
I already had the desire to do it anyway because I was like, yeah, I'm all right. But this was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Called it, and we did a little test, whatever. And I thought it was gonna be crazy expensive. It was not expensive. It was like $1,200.
Okay.
Really?
I'm sorry. Yeah, like 14. No, I think it's like $1,400 for the month.
Really?
For the month, yeah. And that's to do the school. It was like an extra like $600 to stay with the family or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was like, bet.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it. I'm telling my folks and family that I'm doing it. My family's so supportive, man. We threw a going away party because I was going for 30 days. They threw me a going away party like I'm going for good.
Hey, no family want to party about anything,
man. Yeah.
My folks would have thought I was going to fuck crazy.
Yeah.
They would have called the pastor over there to pray for me.
And look,
you think he going crazy?
I know we ain't talking about it, but you got kids though, right?
Yeah.
At that time.
So I do have a daughter that's came from me, and I also say I have a daughter number 2, which is my brother's daughter.
Okay.
So yeah, all the while I do have a daughter.
Yeah, I heard you say daughter, and I was gonna get to that.
I'm going to learn Spanish.
Yeah, I mean, you know, God just be that favor, man, and how he allows you to do.
He's been shining on you, man.
I appreciate it. You know, her mom is a great mom,
yeah,
and she makes sure she's good. You know, we definitely had a long run of trying to get to where we are today.
Yeah,
but that's a whole stressful run. But I'm glad we are where we are today.
Yeah,
that's good.
But she's always been a great mom to her.
Right.
You know, so it just allowed me to do what I needed to do.
Yeah,
yeah. As long as you pay that tab every month, pay that tab.
Talking about that on 1 hour episode.
Pay that tab every month.
Yeah,
boy.
'cause you don't like.
I'd rather pay that tab every month anyway. Just do that and get it up at you. You just might as well.
Go ahead.
I said the same thing. Listen,
I mean,
I said it more of a fucked up way though. I ain't gonna lie. And I ain't saying that you're a deadbeat or nothing.
yeah,
But I'm an in-home father.
yeah.
And it's the best thing that could ever happen in my life.
Hey, we said we're
So
gonna tell
if
the
you can
truth on
read
here.
between them lines, brother, you know that I'm really saying that shit suck
Yeah.
most of the time.
Yeah.
And I wish I could just send the money
Should do a split
sometimes.
screen on that. What he really mean? What comedian was that? Where he? Oh, it was like Key and Peele or something
Key
like
and
that.
Peele,
Yeah. When he said what he really trying to say.
Yeah. But no,
he did that with Barack because Barack would say
yeah. What a nigga really trying to say. Yeah.
But yeah.
So you went to Costa Rica.
I want to go
just because you saw something. You want to learn Spanish.
Shit.
And you went there for a month.
I just did it.
You was only there for a month?
I was there for a month.
So was it was successful?
¿Cómo estás?
Yeah.
Okay.
Muy bien. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo estás?
Ah, sí.
Va a ser el resto del día.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
what to the left with no.
Something about a telephone.
What is your phone number? That's all I learned in Spanish.
Yeah, it's been.
You can text me the rest, man.
Right. See what you was in Costa Rica doing.
Yeah. I ain't never been to Costa Rica.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ.
Costa Rica.
Yeah. Mr. Sosa
Panama.
That, man. Shout out Mr. Sosa. Go ahead with your story, brother, because this man crazy.
What story? So yeah, I did the Costa Rica thing, man. And from there I continued. I still take Spanish lessons 3 times a week now.
Okay.
That was a journey in itself, man. That was it was very frustrating because for one, I'm not a strong reader. I'm not a strong writer. And honestly, man, shit, I don't think I was even telling them. I said I don't think I've ever finished a full book from front to back.
Yeah,
I got one for you.
Straight on, like, and I ain't saying the system failed me or whatever, but you know when you play ball and shit, like, you kind of easy breezy on a lot of stuff you should be doing.
When you good,
yeah. And so, he said,
so
I was like, it was a struggle. I remember like going into my day 3 or 4. I'm talking about like almost tears in my eyes, frustrated. You ever want something so bad, and then remember I'm coming home from, I remember, you go to school every day. You wake up, you go to school 5 days a week. Then you get off for lunch and you go back for a couple hours and you do that every day. And for the rest of the day, you can explore the country, do whatever, spend time with your family. That was the whole setup. The family spoke no English at all. So you think it's easy, but it's not. And then they're talking to you over and over again. I'm coming from school frustrated because I don't know what the hell they talking about. I'm coming home. I don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm just looking like, I went in my room. I called my mom and said, Mom, I don't know if I can do this shit. Like, I'm like bloodshot eyes. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
How many days in?
This was like day 5.
Yeah.
Going into week 2. Because it was just overwhelming. Like, they talking to you. Luckily the brother spoke pretty good English, somewhat. So it kind of eased the pressure a little bit. But it was one of the greatest experiences in my life. Because I know Spanish now. I can speak fluent Spanish. Of course.
When did it start clicking for you? How did you feel then? Like,
it's still a journey because there's so much to know.
Yeah.
There's so much to know. But again, I wasn't a great reader and stuff, so a lot of mine was going back to like, I don't even know what a I'm saying superlativo. I don't even know how to say it in English anymore. For real, like conjugating and stuff like that. I was like, what the fuck is this even in English?
Yeah. Niggas still struggle with there, and there.
Yeah.
I feel you.
There, and there. Yeah. So that was my struggle. And then reading wasn't good. You know, so now imagine you don't even read good in English. So you're trying to read again in Spanish. Yeah. So that was a beast, man. But I was like, yo, I'm not quitting. I'm not gonna until I learn it, I'm not stopping. So that's why I'm still on it now.
Yeah.
I'm not stopping. So it's been a journey, which led me to like really when I got to my dad's and speeding this whole thing up. It's getting late, y'all.
Yeah, do your thing.
To my whole dad situation, I took over his construction business. I really took it. I took a spin off of it because I was like, yo, I had a slow season with with the training, clients were going out of town, Monaco and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like we went low. So I was like, how do I make extra money? I went back to my dad's foundation, which was we used to do construction. When we was kids, we used to like be on the summers, like going out with him, like really
That's
working.
a good ass base to go back to.
Yeah, for sure.
Always
And then I
needed.
started realizing, like, I did some projects, couple thousand here, hit chunk here, cashing out here. Like, oh shit, I'm coming back to construction.
Yeah.
That took off because one of my partners hit me up. His name was Benny. He asked me to be a superintendent for his company at the time. He was just kind of doing his company, coming up, doing like more properties. And this was my first negotiation deal with trying to do construction because I was doing it on my own, doing projects and shit on my own. And so he offered me, he's like, what's your salary? So I was like, all right, cool. Because he wanted me to be on the projects. I was throwing around some numbers. I know he was getting started. So I threw out a number.
600 bands.
We work per month. How much per month?
Okay, all right.
And I threw out a number.
600
he didn't
bands.
flinch. He didn't flinch. And I was like, fuck, this is more. And it was reasonable. It was about $8,000 a month. It was about $8,000 a month.
You've been, what was on your heart at the time? Yeah. You felt like,
it was about $8,000 a month.
Yeah.
And he didn't hesitate. He was trying to grow his business. So I was helping him. I learned a lot about how to do this, how to build right. Like rather than just doing projects, how to build a house from scratch. Learned a lot from him. But that started being kind of crazy a little bit because I was also dealing with the customers, the people that wanted to purchase the home or and I'm sure you know this too. And I know he wanted to branch off and do that. So I was dealing with the front on, like, why the fuck isn't this done right now? And all this, I was taking all the brunt. I was like, and he wasn't really giving me all the information.
Yeah.
So I hate not knowing. I'm just like, shit, we'll get it done. We get it, you know what I'm saying? That shit was just stressful, but it was a good journey, man. He's still my mentor today. And I
thought it was going to rain today. Sorry, sir.
For real. I saw rain this morning. Man. And that construction, but I learned a lot from him, man. So he's one of my mentors he's still on my call list now. We chop it up and we can, they send me a couple thousand, however we need to float. We just float like that. So that's cool, man. And so construction kind of kept moving. And then as that happened, I took my dad's company. I took a fling off my dad's company name. He was also partnered with another company that this company has like over 100 different properties.
Yeah.
So this was great from him at the time because they'll send him a work order and it might just be change a plug or a little shit. And so I kind of took that over for him. The lady, when they found out he was sick and I went into the office the first time, they was like, they didn't know he was sick because they was calling him, whatever.
Yeah.
And I really was not I just wanted to do construction on my time at the time. And the way they spoke about my dad and the way that they were just like, can you come on? Can you take it over? He had these projects on his list. Can you take it over? I took it over. So I'm kind of managing those properties for them. I flip their apartments if they need it flipped from top to bottom. And I'm still doing my side projects. Met this cat. Hispanic guy, man, Freddie, man, and can't really say no one name on here, man. Make sure y'all be.
Yeah, I got you.
Anyway,
you don't know their last name.
Just say Juan.
Right.
Just say Juan.
Everybody's Freddie.
Just say Juan.
And met him. So all the while this is happening, my dad was down. The construction was happening, and I knew I needed to take over his bills. I knew I needed to figure out how I'm gonna take care of him.
Yeah.
Because he started this kind of legacy, and that's been a freaking journey, bro.
I bet.
He has early stages of dementia.
Okay.
And that's been to be able to have to step up and to look after somebody, their whole bills, their money. And when you think they were that organized, pulling back all that stuff, that shit is a beast.
Yeah.
And then, you seeing your pops at the same time out of his mind a little bit, talking crazy and just you don't remember this, trying to be patient with him and I getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And that's a whole tearjerker story. However, it led me to like really say, I'm gonna start taking over his stuff. I'm just fully focused on my dad's stuff. We had a couple rental properties. Took that over, took the 100 properties, well, the management portion of it, doing that. And then I knew Trinidad was another thing that was a failing business. The story behind Trinidad is we purchased it about 20 years ago.
Okay. Is that where your family
This is when my mom and dad were together, and it was me and my three brothers.
Okay.
It was. We were a family.
Yeah.
And I'm saying it was like they didn't exist.
Were you born in Trinidad?
No.
Born here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but we spent all our time, like most of our summers there, which brings us up to his house. He buys this house 20 years ago, and we went down there renovating that mug. Live in, it was tarnished. It was like fucked up.
Yeah.
Renovated every day, and this is my mom together. We like hustled that shit like for real. And it was my dad's vision. My mom was the person that really kind of like made it into something like really, that woman's touch.
For sure. Needed.
And they were a good duo at the time. Then they ended up divorcing, and the place took dormant. Like the house was successful for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And the place just went dormant.
When you say it was successful, what was the intent before they first started?
Oh, it was successful. My dad wanted to make it a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my mom and they collabed and they wanted to make a bed and breakfast. So that's a whole nother episode we can really run because that's the whole story.
I can't wait for you to come back. But yeah, keep going.
I usually complain around this time.
Yeah. Shit, let's wrap it up, man. But that Trinidad happened.
I ain't never had a guest say that.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
wrap it up.
So Trinidad kind of came about, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it, man. I'm about to just go full-fledged. I don't care what it take. I'm gonna just like get this place back up and running.
Yeah.
And at the time, my dad had a huge problem with somebody coming in and managing and taking over. He's always been hands-on.
Right.
That was a beast.
Even with it being you.
Even when it being me.
Yeah.
And that's another lesson that a lot of fathers have to learn. If you begin the legacy, you have to learn how to pass it on.
Yeah.
Not knowing how to pass it on does make a huge difference.
Don't be Jared Jones. We see the Cowboys every Sunday.
Man.
30 years. Right?
Man. You know what I'm saying? And having them a part of the business before something happens is massively important. But anyway, so pulling all of that back, remember, the house was fucked up at this time. We had it was bad management. It was actually known as a whole house at one time because you can just pull up and,
walk in.
Yeah. He had this guy running the place. And my dad's deal with this guy was he just watched the house, pay the bills, and make sure the house stays up.
Yeah.
Of course, it's overseas.
Exactly.
You're not doing that shit. No cameras, no nothing. That house was fucked up. So this is about 3 years ago. So I was like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and go full-fledged. My cousin Sharon at the time, my rider, she's my property manager there. She took it on when it was nothing, bro.
Yeah.
She went in there.
She saw the vision with you?
Yeah, my dad asked her, can she at the time, can she give him a hand? And she's been my ride or die, man. For real. Like if we would not be at this place if it wasn't for her. So and she's never asked for a dime. Never asked for a dime. Ever. Never asked for a dime.
Y'all gave her a dime?
Huh?
Y'all gave her a dime?
Man, I mean now I got her straight. I got her on salary. We're doing like full staff salary now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going in. I went down there, I saw how crazy it was, and I just had to make some crazy moves to like really find the funding to do it.
Stuff we can't
some
talk
real
about.
Crazy moves to do it. Ain't no happy ending stuff. But
hey, brother. Hey, man.
Some real crazy moves just to like make it happen, to dump thousands of dollars into this place, because we're talking about TVs, carpet has to go out, redoing floors. We're talking about top to bottom renovation to bring it up to up. And I went down there. I started doing a lot of work myself, putting the floors down. My cousin, which is my property manager, her son, which is 9, awesome. He put a 2-bed on. It was me, him, and her grinding this. And I had no clue how to ship shit out. So I'm shipping flat screen TVs from here, furniture from here. Like straight from Caribbean shipping, like shipping containers over there. And which is what my mom and dad did originally when they first purchased the house. Okay. So it was hard for me because my mom and dad, they was them.
Yeah.
But it's just me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Right. So your brothers didn't tag along with this one? All right.
So that's another
Yeah, I
episode
saw
of
that
me,
face.
like,
Yeah.
my brothers are they weren't in the position that I was in.
Gotcha.
They weren't in a position where I was in to be
To
able
make that,
to do it.
yeah.
Remember, I had things already happening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was already hungry.
Yeah.
So that position of like going to the next level was a very slight hesitation.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going in. I'm doing it. I don't care what it takes. I'm doing it. Dumped everything in it, and everything is happening right now. We're still trying to get traction, but Trinidad that brings up Trinidad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll give y'all the next story next time about like if y'all wanted how Trinidad is now, how it's doing,
we need everything.
what it looks like now,
Yeah.
all of that and so I still do the construction while I'm over there. My boys take care of construction here, or while I'm here, I knock out whatever projects and I go back there and manage the two. So that's kind of where we. Yeah.
So look. Normally, we kind of ask some more questions. We get a little bit more involved, but I really do believe it's power in the story that's not seen.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like you were giving us that. And I appreciate you for opening that door. You say you never told anybody. Like that's the kind of things that will truly help somebody in the journey. Realizing like it's actually gonna be hard at times.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
if I'm creative with my effort, my marketing, my time, like it's gonna be a grind. But what you're able to learn from that grind, even I just caught on like you went through that period of working for your dad's company here in a controlled environment.
Mm-hmm.
Then you go to Trinidad, you use the same skills that you learned here to now create a business, to renovate a facility, to be able to continue to grow something. Because it's one thing to have something open, but then to grow it, you've already done that. And you've shown that I translate these skills into the present time at all times.
Yeah.
So I'm appreciative for you being open and going through that journey, because I believe if it's just me, I've learned what it looks like and what it takes to be able to do those things. And I hope somebody on the other end of that lens can do the same thing. So I appreciate you, my brother, for real.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.
The last thing, you got something?
Yeah, I was just about to say, you the true example of you don't know you can fly unless you jump. Bro, that's all you fucking do. Like you, every story you've told, you ain't like you ain't had a plan, nigga. I ain't heard a plan in nothing. It was like real shit.
For real,
nothing you said was a plan.
Yeah.
Like you are the true definition of nigga. If I don't jump, I won't know if I can fly. I don't know if I can fly, but if I jump, I'll never find out. Fuck it.
Yeah.
And boy, you been flying, dog. So we appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, my brother.
We appreciate you. Hell yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I didn't really think about it like that. Yeah.
Nah,
a different perspective, man.
But
the last thing we always ask our guests is this show is called Dropping Dimes. The whole story that you've gone to get to this point.
Drop too many.
What's one dime you would leave for the audience? I know you listen to Jim Rohn, and I know he dropped a few in you, but like from your life experience, what's one you would leave with the audience?
So many, and I'm a philosophy guy. Like I built my life and my mindset off of philosophy. But I do like the concept right now for me is about value.
Yeah.
And understanding your position and value, and you have to be real with how valuable you are.
Right.
And not to say you're not valuable to your mom or not valuable to your peers or whatever, but the market pays you for your value.
Right.
And just as much as you say, all right, man, I get $10 an hour. No, you don't. That's what the company value you for that hour.
Values your time.
So now the truth is, could you get paid $20 an hour? And if you could, how?
Right.
Become more
valuable.
Yeah. So, and that is the name of this game, because these people don't really give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
It's about what value you bring to the table.
For sure.
Like why are you here? What can you do for me? And if you understand that to all aspects, even when with your spouse, like there's value in that she brings a certain value to you that you appreciate, and you bring a certain value to her that you appreciate. So if you could get that philosophy understood and understand that where you're not and where you really should be, or whatever it is you want to accomplish, that's a great foundation to like hone in on.
Yeah. My mindset is focus on value, not the dollar.
No.
The dollar will come.
Oh, for sure. It'll follow. It always follows value.
Value.
It always will.
I like
You feel what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
Spanish thing, like, it's changed my life. For me, my workers don't speak English.
right.
For me to be able to communicate with them, I'm on the phone in Trinidad saying, yo, say, vamos a hablar con la otra persona. Tú quieres que a trabajar una otra día.
Yeah.
Like, can you work another day, or do you want to work another? Like, all of these little things, like, it's massively important.
Yeah.
Like, so it's just more value.
I was about to say that's.
Nigga, pussy
I don't
rate just
think-
went up some more.
No.
I didn't say you had to get it. I'm just saying what the rate was.
It's the rate.
Value. The value just went up some more.
Hey, that's crazy because you think about like cool. Maybe if there's a disconnect, maybe they didn't know what to do. But you think about the time that they're out there not doing the right thing, and they do something, and now you got to redo it.
Yeah.
So just that simple. It's time. There's money. There's material that was just wasted. Just you having the ability to speak the language that they speak.
Yeah.
Now I can also be over here doing this thing, but I can coordinate
Absolutely.
with that money still moving in the right direction. So yeah, you're exactly right. And most people probably won't look at learning to speak Spanish as value unless they want to be a translator. But that's exactly what it is.
And it's so easy right now. You can just go on YouTube and do a how-to on anything. And I haven't even really tapped in on utilizing that, but how to make money, how to all these little things, man. So utilize your resources.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing sign language for one of them shows.
I know somebody that do that. I went to school with her.
You heard about the lady that was doing sign language?
Oh,
She really
oh,
was. She was
fuck
off.
that. I was gonna do that.
arrest
I was
her
gonna
ass,
put my resume in and just be up that bitch.
What's your resume got to be?
I don't know.
To be
A whole
sign
bunch
language.
of signals. Goddamn.
Bunch of dots on the
That's Braille, motherfucker. He's blind. See? Come on, man. Let's close the show.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
niggas
yeah.
here, man.
You close the show. It's your fucking show today.
It's this man.
Hey, man, thank y'all for coming out to Dropping Dimes, man. Make sure you keep your head right, your mind right, and understand your value, man. And character, your character is one of your number one priorities.
And you always had that, brother.
That's a fact, man. High value. This has been another episode
Yeah, high value, man.
of for sure. Shout out to the
New
GOAT.
definition, though.
Another episode of Dropping Dimes podcast, man. Again, go to www.droppingdimes, dimes with a Y.
With a Y,
Get some
baby.
merch. Also subscribe, hit the bell.
Hit the bell.
Leave a
Share,
comment,
like,
man. Share,
leave a
like.
comment, man.
Today was a great episode. Like I said, we shooting during a weekday. Y'all know I'm always complaining about the weekdays, but today was just real cool for me, man.
Yeah.
Got a cool dude in here, man. I wasn't expecting this. This was a good life lesson.
Yeah.
Your journey is very dope. I ain't even get to get my jokes out. Whenever I can't do that, that's when you got me.
Yeah, that's for real. When he
real
don't,
shit.
then he locked in.
Yeah, that was an amazing story, dog.
Yeah.
But yeah, subscribe, like, share, do all that. We don't know if this is the last episode.
This may
or not.
be the last episode of the season.
It could be for the season. We're gonna definitely bring him back if it's maybe for the end of the season or the beginning of the next season.
We do a lot. I don't know if we could do it up. When I go to Trinidad, I'll hit y'all up when we're done. We can do like a little collab so y'all can see the space over there.
I'm with that.
I'll be there tomorrow, so y'all hit me up.
Do a little record.
We'll
screen record.
Yeah. However.
We'll do that. But yeah,
he'll be there tomorrow. It's tonight right now.
I'm struggling to get to the gym in the morning. This nigga going to
I gotta go, man.
tomorrow.
I ain't packed.
All right,
Hey, that's it, man. Much love to everybody. Thank y'all.
All love, baby.
This how I'm feeling inside. Every line that I